CBS Atlanta News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
With 2014 just getting started, many are implementing their New Year's resolutions. The majority of those resolutions tend to include a commitment to improve one's health. As we plan out our healthy take on the upcoming year, we want to give you a health checklist for 2014. Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Adam Murphy, consumer investigative reporter for CBS Atlanta. Today, we are talking about keeping those pesky New Year's resolutions. Some of you have already fallen off the wagon, and we want to help you get back on track or simply stay on track. Joining me now, Dr. Michael Smith, Chief Medical Editor for WebMD. Thank you for being on the program.
Great to be here.
So let's get into it right off the bat and talk a little bit about lifestyle changes. I would imagine that's the first thing we need to think about.
Yeah, I mean, in 2014, we know that the number one healthy resolution, really resolution overall, is to lose weight. No doubt that, two-thirds of us overweight. It's a problem in this country. Everybody wants to jump on board. The problem is people go about it the wrong way, creating a drastic overhaul of their life, sets themselves up for failure, really.
So what is that drastic overhaul? They just try to do too much exercise all at once, or change their diet too quickly?
Both of those, yeah. I mean, think about eating. It's ingrained in what we do every day. So if healthy eating really isn't a thing for you, to go from where you are today to eating healthy throughout the day, every day, exercise. Think about that. If you don't exercise today, we recommend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. That's a huge departure from where you are today to get there. So I really tell people, think of baby steps with healthy eating. Honestly, even if you just add one vegetable to a meal once a day, if you have to start there to start making a healthy habit, by all means do it. 1 minute of exercise, if that's 1 minute more than you did yesterday, then you're on the right track.
That's fantastic. I know for myself, one thing I started to do was exercise. If I could make the commitment 2 to 3 days a week to do 30 minutes of cardio and push-ups and sit-ups, things that you can do at home, right?
Absolutely. You do not have to go to the gym. Gyms can be intimidating. Personally, actually, when I see someone who obviously is not comfortable there, it makes me smile. I know that they're trying to take that step forward, make a healthy decision for themselves, but it's a really scary thing for a lot of people. You can absolutely do everything you need to do at home. There are plenty of videotapes, online programs, apps. You really have so many resources available to you today to make it easy to work out at home.
So lifestyle changes. Let's shift gears for a moment here. Should folks get a checkup to see what kind of health they're in even before they begin their workout plan or changing their diet?
If you're a man over about the age of 45 or a woman over the age of 55, absolutely. You really want to check with your doctor, make sure you're in good shape to start that program. You do want to take it nice and slow regardless of your age.
You know, I could see people also using that as an excuse. I'll start working out or eating better after I see the doctor, and I can't get into the doctor for 6 months, so hey, I'll just wait.
That's why it's really not a good excuse. If you're a little older, 45 to 55, you really should see your doctor, especially if you're absolutely sedentary and you don't get any exercise today. But for many of us, that's absolutely not an excuse. You can't put that on the list.
Do you recommend health screenings as well?
Yeah, honestly, even starting at the age of 18, we should all be getting important health screenings throughout life. Even starting at 18, blood pressure screenings, age 20, cholesterol tests, throughout life, all the way through getting colon cancer screenings at 50. Keep in mind that in addition to lifestyle changes, these tests are absolutely life-saving. So they're critically important to find cancers, for instance, or diseases that have absolutely no symptoms. And that's the problem. These simple tests can find deadly conditions that have no symptoms and can save your life.
And I also see on our screen too, diabetes testing. Do you recommend that?
Absolutely. Age 45, all adults, especially if you're overweight, again, two-thirds of us are, should start getting regular diabetes screening. It's a simple blood test, and it can absolutely be life-saving. Diabetes, people often think of what are the symptoms of. Truthfully, the major symptom of diabetes is none. There are no symptoms of diabetes till your blood sugar gets sky high. By that point, it could have done years of damage. So start that screening and start it early.
And here's some more screenings on our screen right now that I'm sure you would be behind and support. Let's discuss some of these, if you will. Colon cancer, for example. There's a screening you can do for that.
Yeah, that is one of the cancers that it's a leading cause of cancer death, but it's actually one of the most preventable and curable cancers if caught early. a colonoscopy, while it might not be the most pleasant test, the honest truth is most people don't even realize it because they're sedated. It can identify cancers before they actually turn into cancer or when it's early and curable. So it's critically important at age 50 to start that. And if you have it at 50, you only need it every 10 years, assuming that everything looks good.
That's great. And then mammogram testing for women,
Yeah.
screenings are also very important to do. And you know, a lot of women are unsure of the age that they
Right.
should do that. You hear that talked about as well.
No doubt mammograms save lives. There's no question about that. Where experts don't necessarily agree is, do women start at age 40, like the American Cancer Society says, or do they start at age 50? So it's really important, talking about seeing your doctor, to have the relationship with your doctor to find out what the right age to begin and how frequently you should have mammogram, because they're absolutely lifesavers.
Are you suggesting that the screenings are more important than the exercising, or is it a combination of all of these things you have to do? The diet,
Yep.
the exercise, the screenings, and if you do that, you should feel good about yourself.
No doubt it's a combination, but keep in mind that some of the most common chronic diseases that cause illness are absolutely preventable. Heart disease, diabetes, we know there are 26 million people in this country have it. About a third of those don't even know it. High blood pressure. Even we think about 40% of cancers are actually preventable with the right lifestyle changes. So it's absolutely lifestyle changes, but these important health screenings to find any problem that may occur early when it's very treatable and curable.
And it's my understanding, too, that if you do the exercise and the diet, those that are on medications for high cholesterol
Yeah.
or blood pressure can oftentimes come off the medication if
Yeah.
they commit to a lifestyle change.
These are all problems that one of the main causes is a unhealthy lifestyle. So if you adopt a healthy lifestyle, no question you can come off medications. Diabetes is probably the best example. The reason we have an epidemic of diabetes is because we have an epidemic of being overweight in this country. You solve that problem, you essentially cure your diabetes.
Fantastic information. Any other advice here before we go to break that you would recommend consumers keep in mind at home as they're making these changes?
Yeah. We've talked a good bit about losing weight, exercise, healthy eating. There are a couple of others, though, that are really important resolutions that people often want to adopt and attack. They just don't know how to go about it. Stress is a really good one because even like 40% of workers say it overwhelms them during the day. It's an easy problem to address as long as you actively manage your stress. Stress isn't just going to go away. You're not going to wake up one morning and be all Susie Sunshine. You got to really take care of it and take the right steps to get there.
Dr. Michael Smith with WebMD, great information. We'll have more from you shortly. Let's take a break here, but before we do, we told you how to keep a New Year's resolution. What happens when you break it? That happens to a lot of folks. Tips for getting back on track right after the break. Stay with us.